allowing me an opportunity to speak and having me on tonight. And Chief Crowley, thank you for your leadership. I have personally been patrolling the entire Encino area. During this week, it's been an incredibly busy week, not just for those in the Palisades, but here in Operations Valley Bureau. I was the incident commander in a unified command with both Angeles National Forest and LA County Fire at the Hearst Fire. I was also involved in the Kenneth Fire. I was incident commander for the Archer Fire and the Creek Fire just this week. If your constituents haven't already downloaded Watch Duty, it's a great app to kind of know what's going on in your area. I had the opportunity to sit with Mayor Bass when she came to visit us at the Hearst Incident Command Post. And she was very interested in what took place those initial days that this fire started and where we were at that time. And I can assure you that our collaboration with the LAPD, Chief Flores and her staff has been amazing. When it comes to evacuations, all the practicing we've done has really paid off. When it speaks specifically to Encino, I can tell you this. I was with Captain Wendling that night. We opened up Portola Middle School. I saw the LAPD respond in when we initiated this evacuation. It was a concern that I had as I was on the top of Mulholland. We actually had the San Jacinto radio tower that was being threatened. That would have been a critical infrastructure that if the fire had gotten to it would have been damaged. They had resources respond to it and put the fire out before it got to it. Then we supported the initial fire attack on the ground with additional water drops. And I had resources on that hill that night that everything was being evacuated, watching as the fire was creeping over towards Dirt Mulholland. We sat and we watched the helicopters work diligently to keep that fire back, knowing that it had the potential to come up and over one more ridge and get into Encino. The evacuations that went into effect were critical. Councilmember Nithya Raman, she mentioned when she was making her comments that she and I become best friends. I couldn't emphasize that enough. I know you've had some tensions with her, but you have a councilwoman who is 100% looking after your best interests. I probably receive about 5 to 6 telephone calls from her a day, and sometimes in the middle of the night, just with concerns and asking for updates as to what's happening. I can tell you that I know CAL FIRE is working diligently on the Palisades fire. We and my resources in the Valley Bureau we are completely in that whole Encino area, all the way into Tarzana, up into the Mandeville Canyon area, there to protect you. So not only do you have the law enforcement protecting you, but you also have the fire resources there. We're working collaboratively with CAL FIRE. A discussion took place today that I could reinforce resources tomorrow to try to anticipate opening up this mandatory evacuation and lifting the warning so that we can get your residents into there. I know a big concern is what Mr. Romalo has to talk about, and that's getting some power back to those homes. That's a critical thing. And to answer and re-emphasize the question that has been asked, re-emphasize the response, we are in collaboration with a unified command. When we say a unified command, it's not just a few fire agencies and law enforcement and the National Guard. We're also working with the Department of Water and Power, both on the water side, the power side. We're working with all of the different agencies in the city of Los Angeles to make sure when you get back into your homes that we're not going to have an emergency that we're going to need to respond to. We want to make sure that you're responding back to a safe community, and we can't emphasize that enough. That was one thing I promised the mayor that I would do, is make sure that the valley was going to be safe. I promised that to my fire chief, and I can guarantee all the residents that your firefighters in the valley are 100% behind making sure that you're protected and that fire is not going to creep over that hill and get into Encino. Thank you very much for your time. I hope I answered.
Thank you. Thanks, Chief Moore. Look,